Hi, my name is Timas, and I wrote this poem to share my story of my battle with leukemia AML and graft versus host disease over the past 7 years. Once upon a time, there was a boy with a special gift. The ball at his feet, his home was the pitch. Soccer wasn't just a sport, it was his religion. I was trained alone, he was his toughest opposition. Competitive by nature, he loved the competition. Soccer was his life, his dream, his passion. But this all changed when the diagnosis happened. At the tender age of 11, he was told he wouldn't live. Cancer ran through his veins, destroying the cells like acid. Abnormal cells started multiplying rapidly. The war on cancer has left so many casualties, turned children's nightmares into reality, beating up on their innocent, true brutality. While other kids were at home watching Nemo, he was in the hospital room getting chemo. He couldn't do things kids normally would. This disease stole his entire childhood. But just when he felt he couldn't hold on longer, he remembered what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So he began to train his brain. Any obstacle in his path he overcame. A hunger grew inside him that couldn't be tamed. And when the boy came out, he just wasn't the same. He hated the way his life had become. A fire grew inside him, burning hotter than the sun. He never prayed for an easy life, but the strength to endure a difficult one. It's not how many times he falls, how many times he get up. No matter how many times he fell, he always kept his head up. Doesn't matter how many times I trip when I run. Every time I go down, I'll rise again. I'm like the sun. Working towards his dream, it's like he had tunnel vision. All he knew was hard work and repetition. Those were the keys to get him where he wants to go. Dream chasing was the only thing he ever known. 2 years went on and he was close to those goals. Scars filled his chest just like bullet holes. Just as he was at his peak, he relapsed, so broken he fell to his feet. But there's no time to cry, no time to weep. He was focused and knew winning's the only option, not defeat. The doctors told him he had a very slim chance. His only hope was to wipe out his system and get a bone marrow transplant. He told them, I will win this fight with no hesitation. The boy who never backed down, he earned his reputation. So he put his head up and did what he had to do. With his life on the line, he knew he couldn't lose. Locked up, he hated that he was so isolated. Long time of bed rest made his joints start to contract. Your mind becomes your enemy with no human contact. Being ostracized by society, he grew into a lion king. He told God, keep trying me, my illness won't define me. But this was too tough to go through by himself, so he was sent to guardian angel for help. With his mother by his side, he killed cancer called homicide. 2-0 up on his greatest enemy. His whole body was working towards his goal like a centipede. His dream to play soccer professionally is what kept him going mentally. He knew his time would come someday. His dad would hold his pole as he dribbled through cones in the hospital hallway. 11 months after his discharge, his time finally came. He got noticed by a scout and flew to play footy in Spain. But don't be foolish, life is truly ruthless. After 1 month, he started to notice bruises. When the blood test results came back, his mom nearly had a heart attack. She was on the first flight there and brought him on the first flight back. They had to battle again as he had his third relapse. When he came, the doctor gave him 6 months to live. Told his mom, enjoy the time you have left with your kid. With really no chance, he decided to battle through. He knew this wasn't his time, no way that could be true. He was up against his toughest battle yet. Things happened in the hospital that he wished he could forget. Up against his toughest fight, but he believed in himself. He learned the hard way that your health determines your wealth. His body had already taken so many blows that the second transplant left him at an all-time low. This must have been said in a past time by an oracle. Crossbred was something biblical, because the only way this boy is alive is a miracle. I guess third time's a charm, at least in this case. But defeating cancer isn't the only challenge that it's faced. The hardest part is always trying to recover, and all the new challenges that you start to discover. The transplant saved him, but also made him suffer. They say bad things happen to good people. His whole life he just wanted the opportunity to be truly equal. See, the body doesn't recognize this new bone marrow, so it starts attacking straight for your organs like an arrow. You can't breathe properly because your lungs get so narrow. The skin gets so tight that it breaks down, your body becomes bare. It's basically like having 30-degree burns everywhere. So much scarring that the joints contract and get stuck. Talk about tough luck. Hasn't this kid been through enough? No cure for this disease, can't even get a surgery. It started to spread through his body with such urgency, life was living hell. no hyperbole. Nowhere teaches you how to cope with your body's diversity. No high school, no university, but great reward comes from great adversity. Disgusted every time he looks in the mirror because of his appearance. He knows to change, he needs hard work and perseverance. So he begins working as soon as the doctors give him clearance. 30 hours of intense rehab every week. He has never been more determined to get back his physique. Tough times is what separates the strong from the weak. Docs got the kid hooked on painkillers to take the pain away. Meds numb his brain so he can get away. Closed his eyes and prays for a better day. He died on the inside the day they took his legs away. Handcuffs on his wrist, he got to use his mind as a weapon. Teach himself how to adapt and survive. Life is the greatest lesson. Got to get this off his chest. The story is his confession. Life is hard, man. His thoughts got him stressing. Sleepless nights I've been thinking people don't know what they got is such a blessing. Nothing hurt more than when they took away his obsession. I left him feeling low like the recession. Packed his insights like an infection that transferred into his mind. He fell into a deep depression. What did I do to deserve this life? He repeatedly asked this question. Tables turn, bridges burn. Life can change in a second. 7 years into the battle, he's now a lot older. Physically dependent on his mom, he's like a massive boulder on his shoulder. She tells the beauties in the eye of the beholder. God only gives his toughest battles to his toughest soldiers. Don't worry, my son, this won't come back again. Hold on to hope. Hope is your friend. Hope is all we have in the end. Hope. Hold on. Pain ends. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed my co-op. These last few years have been especially hard for me and my family as my ability to walk has been put on hold. My mother has resigned her job in order to be there for me 24/7 and to get the best treatment possible. Unfortunately, these treatments cost a lot of money and has created a big financial load on top of my mother's shoulders. So I ask you to donate so that my dream to walk will not be taken away from me because of financial matters. Thank you.